Rocky alert. All right. Let's take the 5 major food groups of art. The 5 major food groups are going to be portrait, figure, abstract, landscape, still life. That's 5. It covers pretty much bloody everything. It doesn't actually, but it covers pretty much everything that you can paint, sculpt, maybe carve, and freeze, for instance, do a freeze of. And it's not all inclusive. It's not meant to be all inclusive. It's just some way of organizing one's directions. Okay? So, what I would like you to do is to take some sort of disc. Now that disc can be made of thick cardboard, very thick cardboard. Or it can be made of the top of the lid of a little jar, for instance, something like that. But you don't want this to be very big. You want that circle that you're going to make with a pen. You're going to use a Sharpie pen. You're going to just inscribe around that lid, say, or whatever it is you use. And you'd like it to be around 2 inches wide total, maybe 2 inches wide. No less than 1.5 inches wide. No more than 2.5 inches wide. Somewhere in that range. Now you inscribe a circle. All right. Let's take portrait as our first, all right? So let's put a portrait into that circle using the fewest number of lines we possibly can to convey that particular image, to convey that person, that face that you want to convey. Put the fewest amount of lines in that you possibly can and still convey that image. So get that image across to someone who doesn't have to be told that's the chin, and that's the eyes, and that's the ears. They don't have to be told that. They look at it and say, oh, that's John Lennon or something like that. See? Somebody recognizable is good. If you can do that. If not, doesn't make any difference. Doesn't matter. A person, a form, a shape, whatever. Now, same exact sized circle. And now draw a full figure into that circle. Good luck. Or a 3/4 figure into that circle. More likely. Now, let's do a street scene, or let's do a landscape. So it could be a street scene, or it can be a country scene, or it can be a seascape, or a desert landscape, or a mountain landscape, or a Martian landscape, some sort of landscape. In that same restricted area, that same circle size. Now, don't inscribe these all at once, inscribe these one at a time. Now inscribe yet another circle. If you want to use Bristol, by the way, it's great to use a Bristol pad for this. One of those Strathmore Bristol pads, they're great. Okay, so you have another circle. Now in that circle, you're going to put in a seascape, specifically a seascape. Remembering that water seeks its own level, and it tends to be flat to the horizon or somewhat slightly curved if you have a wide enough frame. Okay, now the next circle you're going to draw, you're going to put it inside the circle. You're going to put a house and a tree, if you like, or 3 houses, or a little town or something like that. Something with some buildings in it. All right. Now the next circle, you're going to put an interior of some sort, some kind of interior. It can have flowers, it can have a table, it can have chairs, it can have windows, some sort of household interior. I said household, I didn't really mean house. Just give an idea. what you might use, a household interior, architectural interior, whatever it is. All right, now again, you're reducing it to the least number of lines to convey the information. All the way through here, you're putting it to the least number of lines, not the most number of lines. Not the most strokes, the least number of strokes. Okay? In the case of a landscape, you might want to go to the most number of strokes because it looks fantastic. People will buy it. They'll see so much work in it, they'll want to buy it. Now we go to the abstract. So for the abstract, we're going to use a blunter, slightly less sharp scriber, and we're going to work from the back rather than from the front. And but we're going to sign it from the front. So then you have pretty much the food groups. Now, at some point, those 5 things, or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 things you've come to draw, you need to regularize them and sort of conventionalize the drawing. So you analyze, okay, what lines do I not need to make here? All right? So you reduce it. It's called reductionism. You reduce it. You simplify the form, as Cangelosi used to say. You reduce it down, down, down to the least number of lines and to the least amount of flash and vigor, so that the lines are minimized by number and also by form. So it just suggests what it is rather than shows you what it is. It's not a photoliteralism, it's more abstracted, and yet it's recognizable. So coming up with that's going to be not too easy. Therefore, I have some designs that I have made that you are allowed to copy. I'm letting you copy them. So I'll be publishing those designs. You can use them as templates. Not only that, but I'll be making videos and also sending out charts to show you, make this line, then make this line, then make this line, then make that line, and so forth. So I'll show you probably 8 lines total that you would make in a piece. And if you make it right, it'll look fantastic. So getting you doing these things, I think, is it's going to be, you have to overcome a lot of resistance, a lot of inertia. And I have to somehow wait for you to flash on it that this is actually usable and workable for you, and that it actually will benefit you in some mysterious higher way, which it will. All right, I'm going to go get the dancers and